like Juan Gabriel. He's like one of the best singers of all time. It's crazy how good his voice is. We're actually shooting a new video on Sunday. Yeah, no, I edit all the videos.
My man, Jameson, I'm very excited to go to your show soon here in Guadalajara. How are you feeling on your tour?
Oh yeah, I'm excited about it too. It's been a bit, since COVID and stuff, but yeah, it's good to get back, and I'm excited. I mean, Mexico City, we're about to move to a bigger venue, so that's exciting,
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. I'm very, very excited for you. I wanted to ask you. I heard your song in Spanish, and by Donde Estás, which, by the way, great song. And I got very curious to ask you, like, where did that came from? Why a song Spanish? And if you could tell us a little bit of the backstory of that track.
Yeah. So the track came about, like, I started playing these chords, and I was like, oh, they sound kind of like Spanish guitar chords, and I was on a nylon string, and the melody I thought of, I kind of was like inspired by that, and when I tried to put like English words, it was like it sounded so weird, and I was like, why don't I just try to put Spanish in here, because that's like the influence that I got from this guitar part. I was like, let me just go for that and like go all the way. Like, I mean, why not? I mean, the Beatles had a song in Italian. Like, it's been done before. It's not a crazy idea. As long as the melody is amazing and the song's amazing, people who don't know the language, I feel, will still like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I love that.
I just want to do something different,
Yeah. I love how you integrated in your lyrics that, like, you're still learning Spanish.
Oh yeah, I had to.
Earnest and sincere. I love that.
Yeah, I had to. I couldn't. Yeah, because like, when I showed it to a couple of friends that speak Spanish, they helped me, like, by telling me if I sounded, if some words sounded crazy. But then I was also like, is it forgivable because I'm saying that? Because, it's the truth. I'm not like a native speaker or anything.
That's awesome. Do you think you're going to be doing more songs in Spanish, or is that like a one thing?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to. I also started making a song in French one time, but I never finished it. I mean, if it strikes, if the inspiration strikes, of course, 100%. I actually did one with a Spanish artist, a Spanish speaking artist, a Mexican artist, but yeah. So I mean, I'm down to explore everything. If I learn, I don't know, Russian, I'll try that. Who knows? I don't know. Who knows? Any language.
Well, since you have been learning Spanish, which is, I have to say, your Spanish is pretty good. Did you, in that end of work, did you also start listening to music in Spanish, or I don't know, Mexican
Oh
artists,
yeah,
Spanish
for
artists?
sure, 100%. Like Juan Gabriel.
Juan Gabriel, yeah.
Oh my God, and I was just talking about this a little bit ago, but Hasta que te conocí.
Hasta que te conocí. Yeah.
Oh my God, the live version of that. Oh my God. And I'm like, he's like one of the best singers of all time. It's crazy how good his voice is. It's nuts. Like, one of the best of all time. And that's like all singers, not just Spanish speaking singers or Mexican singers. Like I would only off top put Whitney Houston above him. He is fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's very amazing how even, I mean, I of course I can understand everything he says, but I think like even someone who doesn't speak Spanish and doesn't understand the lyrics, they can definitely feel.
Oh yeah,
he can transmit in a very special way everything he's feeling.
100%. You don't have to know it. And that goes back to like, you know, doing a song in Spanish. I was like, you know, if it's a good song and the melody's good, and, you know, it doesn't matter if it's in a different language, people will learn it. Like I learned that song and it helped me, you know, learn Spanish. I learned it just because I love that song. And I was like, oh, and if I learn these lyrics, it'll help me learn Spanish a little bit more, you know? So, and I just wanted to learn how to sing that because that's crazy. That song is crazy.
Yeah, that's so cool. Do you think the more that you're listening to music in Spanish, is that maybe gonna influence on your music production? Like on, I don't know.
Oh
maybe,
yeah, of course, yeah. Of course. I feel like that whole album had a little of that influence in there, you know? Like there was a lot of acoustic and nylon string guitar and just, I don't know, I was in that world, it felt like, and it kind of was the through line through that album. Of course, there were songs that didn't have that, but even the end song, Heals Me, with that piano, I felt like it was a novela, you know? It was like, you know, drama like that, you know, it was giving. So it definitely influences every time I listen to it, like, or Jeanette. I mean, Jeanette's amazing.
Yeah.
Who's the one the one that has the Cat in the Rain song? Oh,
yeah.
Rocio
Durcal.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh, you're listening to the OGs.
Oh yeah, that's the shit I love. That's the shit I love for sure. Love that shit.
Awesome. I think people here are gonna be very excited to know that that's like a very pleasant surprise. I wouldn't have imagined that you were listening to like the premium old school great musicians.
Oh yeah.
Spanish-speaking musicians.
I can't get
awesome.
It.
By the way, changing a little bit on topics, I saw that you uploaded this video where you were talking about Soft Spot, and you had like your entire session, and you were like breaking it down, and I was very surprised to see that, and it was super interesting. And I was wondering, is that something that we can expect that you're gonna be doing often?
Yeah, I mean, I like doing those, and I feel like you know, I started doing them. I was like, you know, let me just do these as like another thing to kind of go deeper into songs that are singles, you know, because I don't know if I would be able to do it for every song on the album, but like if we're putting out a video and all of that stuff, it's just like an extra, you know, dig deeper into this song, which, you know, I enjoy doing because it's my comfort zone of like breaking those things down. And it's cool to talk about because it takes me back to where it started, because by the end of like mixing and producing and all that stuff and finishing the song, you're just exhausted of the song. But going back to it like this way to kind of dissect it, you're like, oh, this is the story of like, now that I'm separated from being in it, I can look at it as like the story arch of this song, you know, like how it first came about and what it sounded like. Then when I added this, or when I did this to it and changed that, and then we somehow got to the end result, you know, that process is exciting to me, you know, and it's cool when I see other artists breaking that stuff down. You know, it's exciting because I like to be in this. When I'm listening to something, I imagine I'm in the studio when they're recording it. You know, that's how I listen to music. I'm like thinking of, oh, there was the guitar player playing his part there, and the vocalist is doing that, and you know, it's just I like to think like I'm there, and I also always like to think I'm like, wow, what were they feeling when they made this? Like, did they know how good this was? You know what I mean? Because when I make something and I think it's good, I'm like so excited. And I'm just wondering, like, what was the excitement like in that room when they made this song? So I like go there. I don't know why. I just like to think of it like that.
Yeah, I find it super interesting, and it's a very great insight when you can know the decision making behind the sounds and behind everything you're doing. It's and it's also like very intimate.
Inspiration, you know.
Yeah,
it's cool to know where people like got inspired from. You know, even when you're asking me about the Spanish song, you know, it's cool to even talk about how that one came about, because I remember being in the studio just on my, you know, my crappy $50 nylon guitar, just played these chords, and I was like, ooh, what if I did this? You know, donde está? yeah, you know, and then it just turns into a song, and that's exciting.
How different is the creative process for one of your songs compared to your music videos? Because you're also very well known for having like great music videos, and I know you have a great creative input in them. Is it a very different approach, or do you think it's fairly similar?
It's different, but you know, I guess it's a different medium, and yeah, it's definitely different. But like, I don't know how to describe.
Do you get inspired from different things, or do you think it's like the same feeling that's driving both creative outputs?
Yeah, of course. I definitely get inspired by different things, and it's you're getting inspired by the music first, by like hearing the music, and you're like, oh, I see something like this, but how do I make a solid idea out of that? You know what I mean? Like this song, I'm seeing there's this constant movement of the camera, but like what's happening in that scene? You know what I mean? And I try to think of just one solid idea of something happening, as to not take away from anything, but to just add another layer to it. You know, so I just I get excited about that, and then I just build it out, and like I'm like, okay, this part of the song this happens, and then this part of the song this happens, and then we reveal this, and then you don't see this till then, and then here's your climax. It's like building a story, you know, even if it's just a performance video, which a lot of my videos are, which is what I like, you know. You know, so I used to do storyline videos, you know, earlier, but I've just got so into just making the storyline the performance, and just figuring out how to make the story arc within that, you know? So that's exciting to me. We're actually shooting a new video on Sunday, so I'm actually in the process of like doing another video, and it's exciting, like getting everything together and figuring out the shot list, and then how we shoot, how we set up the day for those shots, and where they go in the video. And it's just an exciting process, as you can probably hear in my voice. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Do you find yourself like being very invested in every single part of the process, like from pre-production all the way to editing? Are you like in the editing room? No, I edit all the videos for sure. Okay. Yeah, and I'm so hands-on, and it's not because I want control over anything. I mean, I do want control because I want it to be good, but it's more just because I'm super excited and want to, you know, I want it to be good, and I want to be involved, and like, you know, like usually in videos they have their crew call, and then they have their talent call. I'm right there on crew call. I'm like fucking there with everybody loading everything in. I'm like, okay, so where are we putting this light, and how are we doing this? And so when we get this crane here, can we strike it here? And then, okay, so these guys got to be here. And you know, I just love it. I get like why directors, you know, love directing. It's such a fun thing. It's so fun. It really shows. I mean, and people love it. So I mean, yeah, that really says something. My man, is there any final message you would like to say to your Spanish-speaking audience and all the people that are very excited to go see you once you come down here?
Just that I can't wait to see them. I can't wait to get back over there. I'm so excited to play these shows. It's been too long. I've been away for too long. So
are we going to be able to listen to some of your Spanish once you're on stage?
Maybe I'll pull out a hola. Oh my
That'd be
God.
great.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, maybe we'll pull out Donde Estás.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome. I hope so.
Yeah.
That'd be great, my man. And thank you very much. This was a great time.
Yeah, no, thank you. It's good talking. Appreciate it. Good questions.
Oh, thanks. Thanks.
Yeah.
You have a good one. And
All
it
right,
was a
you
pleasure.
too. Oh yeah, I'll see you. I'll see you in Guadalajara. Is that where I'm
I'll
seeing
see you there.
Okay, cool. All right. Peace.
See you, brother.
Bye.